our task force for address drug issue them. When be the debate Wednesday about the public health emergency in a parliament, Honorable Timbo say in fine for think about the country economic situation before them go set up other agency we go do same work like other one we be done already dey. Because he say the task force on drug and substance abuse in work no get for different from the work where the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency they do. The Honorable Sem also appeal say for regulate the proclamation after 3 months instead of 1 year. But Honorable Veronica Kadisi say disagree with this opinion.
I want to say to my colleagues out there, 12 months is appropriate so that we can put all the modalities together. We can do all the sums. We can find areas that we know the structures are properly placed, and also we'll start the work. We don't know if we don't want again to go and come say we want to review it, we want to amend, we want to add. Let us do it once and for all. Let us see what this 12 months can do. And I believe if we are genuine, this 12 months will do something.
The Honorable say, in hope say by the end of the 1 year period, Salone go don able deal with the drug and substance abuse proper one, especially Kush. You dey listen to Rise News from Rise Radio 96.3 FM. The co-chair for the tripartite committee where they represent the main opposition All People's Congress Party, Kelfala Mara say, the committee don dey engage experts and stakeholders dem for sake of dem work. As he say, them don't able identify and write letter them to certain state institution them so that them go able get access to documents where them need for help the committee in work. When be the update party member them and the public na the party headquarters, Mara say, as soon as the committee receive the documents where them don't ask for, them go sit down with experts for move na the next stage and go get back to the public. And say, the committee get 6 months timeline, where in say na about 8 weeks don't left. But in confidence say them still able deliver on their mandates.
But the good news is we get so many experts on the ground, including we all around that table. And I can say, if you take a look at the years of experience of all 14 committee members, about 200 years experience in the public service. Including the expert that we come, we don't get them wrong.
The co-chair for the tripartite committee where they represent the main opposition All People's Congress Party, Kelfala Mara, appealed to members of the party and safe public for continue for exercise patience for sake of the committee in work. Now na use but other country them. According to BBC, authority them na Nigeria say over 100 prisoners them don't escape from one jail near the capital after we one heavy rain damaged part of the facility outside the jail man them been there. According to authority them, na 180 prisoners them originally escaped from the Suleja prison, but they not able capture back 10 pan them and still they look for the other one them. Authority them na Namibia don't condemn tourists them wey team up naked na one part the country in top attraction them na the Namibia desert. People wey go work na this place here so say them shocked by the behavior of the tourists them and call for action against them. The talkman from the tourist ministry tell local media say them go get for blacklist the foreigner them for make them no near any parks inside the country. That's not news wey come to you from Rise Radio 96.3 FM. My name na Bintu Sudan Sise.
Plenty thanks to Bintu Sudan Sise for we bring the Rise News summary. The terminal from studio clock now 13 minutes after 6. And the program we they listen to now Wi Yone Salone where they come to live from Rise Radio 96.3 FM.
And inside the studio this evening time they can talk about malaria and some other well body business now the country, but today na World Malaria Day, and for sake of that we get Victor Lansana Nkrumah, we are the Executive Director for Health Alert Sierra Leone, and same also we expect to get the studios, Dr. Abdul Mak Falama, we are the Programs Manager for the National Malaria Control Program. For Kanjoni, we talk about malaria. So, Victor, good evening, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much for getting me now in the studio.
Listener, if you self get questions or you want to add the voice now the program, you go send me a message to the number 077963963077 963 So I could begin with Victor. From where health alerts don't be formed some 2009 precisely, Minister actually tell me to date, what's the general perception about the issues of health, how government treats health business in the country really, from one angle?
Thank you very much. So as an organization, we don't advocate for well-body business and salon since that period. We don't follow the trend. We don't follow the activities of the ministry vis-a-vis health service delivery. We do monitoring. We do quite a lot of advocacy for budgets. We do advocacy for blood services, referrals, etc. And of recent, they also do advocacy for family planning services. All these are part of the work we don't do. So already our partnership with the ministry has been very clear. Everybody know in mandate. But coming to the point of understanding how the health service be done today, we would definitely say well-body business. We know one of the indicators that we can always look at whether it improve or not. Now the level of either maternal mortality, that means maternal death, or child death, that is infant and maternal mortality. Since 2019 to 2020, maternal mortality indicators don't they reduce somehow. We've been there around 165, all over 100,000 maternal mortality, that is death. But as we speak, from last year, 2023 to 2024, the maternal mortality we don't come down significantly by 70%, that is 443, all over 100,000, which is about 70% significant reduction. However, for we will not say even a single death, not a concern. For one child we die, not a concern. For one mommy we die, not a concern. But of course, even in the advanced world, like America, Great Britain, you know, go say people then they die. People then will die because death is inevitable. But one foresee that moderate in death, we not understand like either by carelessness or by negligence. You know, like everybody they talk about social media now. We all know about the death we don't happen recently, just a few days ago, about a people who die as a result of electricity in a cottage. So then can tell now we they continue for talk about. Right, so we organization we don't follow up with that. Some areas then the way progress there, but some challenges then still there. Even as we talk about malaria celebration within a corner, the theme of course for this year, we talk about gender equality and equity, and also promoting human rights as far as malaria concerned, because reports don't show clearly say malaria now one of the highest disease burden where they kill picking them, particularly children under 5 years. Malaria don't they contribute to the high infant maternal mortality. So therefore, every year when they do that kind of commemoration, we remember how many of them picking them the way their life don't go as a result of one of the smallest animal who they think about, where everybody they afraid with a mosquito. So we organize on the follow up with that, and I think challenges then still there, but of course some significant progress don't happen.
So you don't make mention of for say an organization don't they follow them thing and then significant progress don't they happen. You can highlight some progress them.
But I just want to tell you say one of the indicators where they go look at a country for say this country they make progress in terms of their health. You get me? At global level, Salone, one of the indicators now maternal mortality rate. Okay. That is the MMR rate. That is the level at which a country they fight for reduce their maternal mortality. I just don't give you the data. For say since 2018 to 2020, Salone been there 165, you understand, thousand, all over 100,000 death.
No, we don't count down small.
We are now at, imagine 165. We are now at 443. So now 70% reduction. Now it don't happen so.
Okay.
Over the past 4-5 years. So if they for rate Salone, then we must mention, say, Salone don't make some progress. But I just want to say, even one single death, so for we, even 443, all over 100,000, it's still unacceptable.
Okay, with the amount of picking them, we don't die under 5 years, about 1,502 picking them, we die inside the year 2023, and about 26,890 picking them, we still hospitalized. With this statistics for the year 2023. So, in as much as we don't talk, say, I mean, based on statistics, we don't come down. So, how far are we in terms of, improving malaria issues? Because malaria, according to reports, it still be an endemic sick in the country.
Definitely, I don't also mention that. For say malaria, now one of the highest killer disease up to this time as we speak in Salone. Malaria carry the heaviest burden. Just like when they talk about postpartum hemorrhage or antepartum hemorrhage for women, them, when they kill women, when they go for go born. That means they're bleeding and born. The same way for picking them, malaria now carry the heaviest burden of death. The data we give so, I don't know which of the data, because for Salone they do the DHS2, you understand? When the demographic health survey 2-9 Salone they use, but of course I don't know which of the data we use so. But the fact remains here is, I quite agree with you that yes, Sierra Leone is still losing huge number of children per year, and one of the contributing factor is malaria.
So 70% reduction in maternal mortality rate. Which strategies them, or which kind methods them you think like government or implement over time so make we reach that kind of reduction there? As much as we still not reach USI, we're supposed to reach it for make we be a malaria kind of free society.
So apart from the government launching the free health care, government will now also add up mostly for look at issues around referral, because one of the biggest problems are that we case done in a hospital, I mean at home, you want to see how we will reach the hospital, quick one. We see government, we don't launch over 20 or more ambulance system where they provide immediately after the COVID. We see that kind, and so almost all the ambulance that we government be received during the COVID period, their ambulance and they don't hand it over to the district health management team, they win at the DHM team. So referral now one contributing factor will be also help. We also look at personnel, for instance, the deployment of trained and qualified midwives. Now, if you look at now in the past, when we talk about training of nurses, we only get National School of Nursing for Freetown and midwifery school now Cottage. Now we get. But of recent, every district has now got a training institution. They get both midwife, they get SSHM, both SRN and midwifery training. It happen all over. So which means nobody only for move again, both for can't for go back now and work there.
So how actually don't influence in the fight against malaria?
So malaria get in your common fight. When you look at malaria, one of the main factors we're responsible for transmitting malaria now environmental sanitation. As we speak right now, just the first rain will come, see how the city been dirty. So which means we need for robustly embark on sanitation, right? Environmental sanitation, we get for embark on other hygiene, promotion, etc. Because malaria, what's in all like? As they are right now, when the place clean and neat, ventilation, they deserve, malaria not going to survive now. But the moment you begin to wear water and left the place dirty, I swear, I like an inside studio now, the next day, you go make mosquito, they begin to eat you. That's how malaria they breed. So the breeding site for malaria, now they can side in there. We say broken bottles, then broken calabash, then broken rubber, everything and everything. Now they. So in city, right now, why malaria still there in the city? Now because the city dirty. in some of your village, me and you probably will come upline. In your villages, they don't sleep conveniently. You know, it's easy for let's see malaria affect you because our communities there, the forest and all that, they don't even allow for the mosquito set today. But in the city here, if you look at the data, it tell you say most times the data now who say urban cities them. Now they mostly the death than they occur because now they people feel say they understand, they sabi, drink plastic, then throw it on the ground. Nobody not care where they say what mutukai the worker instead of he take plastic, he puts what he don't drink and what he now grow it to it. So now the master sabi people then they, but now the dirty she don't back.
So what it actually can cause we make picking the upline can die, especially on the way they under 5 can die of malaria. Is it now as a result of for say they not get the facilities?
So again, now we look at the lifestyle of our people, the level of education of our people.
Okay.
If you look at the level of education, for upline or people, the level of illiteracy, not able to understand, give them opportunity for able to understand, for instance, the use of bed net. The brother, we just come out with Global Fund team for go monitor. Just them bed net how them be distribute. You will surprised for not say, as we speak now, them bed net they can use for fishing water. Bed net will then provide insecticide treated bed nets with them for use and cover them picking them out. No, they say, hey, this is fine for fishing, no. So at the expense of them picking them, they will prefer use them for go fish and catch fish. Then the picking they don't expose one. Malaria can.
So as a civil society, how best when I don't try for make the call or draw the attention of government for make them look into the issue there. So because in as much as government is try for see how best then go fight against malaria through sharing, giving out bed nets them, but people then they misuse them.
So now I make this year the theme now gender equality, gender equity, and human rights. So we think say malaria should be treated as a human rights issue. What do you mean by that? Everybody gets access. You and I, the media, the traditional leader, the women, the mother support groups, then they all get a role for play. It's not only about the civil society. Everybody, we don't say we are going to embark in monitoring, door-to-door monitoring. Yeah, that is one. Two, we don't also call on government for provide what they call their house indoors present. Okay, their indoor sprays and they were in the use for where spray them backyard. Say you will agree with me. I don't know how big you be done there at that time there anyway, but now you not be big man now. I would say you be meet up then they say they inspector, sanitary inspector. Sure. Then they go us to us. Then they go and check, not so. Over the years, then they don't die out. Not so. They don't get time again, right? So we are saying government for reintroduce them back, they make sure that there's sanitary inspectors the way they go also and check the areas the way dirty and these are people the way they find them.
So with that kind with them then sanitary officer in the way you don't make mention of now from the government them they come out. So from the government side for say well they not be get money make for let them help them facilitate them thing then they or is it that now people actually not be they accept the change?
So you know say usually any leadership gets your own style. When leaders are appointed, the ministry over the years, each time there's a government in, government out, then they bring their own leadership. So a lot of changes will not happen at the ministry. And then changes and they're all bound for affect the ministry. During the previous leadership, for instance, they will say, oh no, we think the sanitary inspectors, they're very important because then they're part of the environmental sanitation division, right? But over the period, we say they lose out. Why? Because they say, well, we'll not get enough money for pay. And so then people, they say, oh, complain them, they can't too much, they're sanitary inspector, then they exploit and they take money, and people, they earn this, that. But who of them complain, then the government not be get money for pay them. And most of them, they don't know they pay them.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, they say, okay, before they avoid, all them grumble this, that, for now, no, left them first.
All right. Continue for still to inside the program. Well, that now Victor Lansana, the executive director for Health Alert, it inside the studio, I say they tell you more about World Malaria and plenty of that thing they will get for do with malaria business. When I say go take with first inside the program today. Campaign for Good Governance, when I CGG, don't hold one engagement for youth, for young women them across the country for look into how they go able for partake inside democratic governance na salon and self-provide with them for stop the barrier them, we can stop them for make them not able for do their work. We reporter Patricia Kabia been the part pan the program and gonna report.
For push women and pan governance and allow them for participate in a democratic state. Campaign for Good Governance Salone hold one event for women them for ensure say them provide an atmosphere so women them will be free for participate. Where the theme now positioning young women for meaningful participation in a democratic governance. Badia Tutuwe when a regional head for women them na the province they talk this.
Young women represent a dynamic and diverse segment of our population, possessing immense potential, creativity, and energy. Yet, despite their inherent capacities, they continue to face significant barriers to meaningful participation in various spheres of life, whether in politics, education, the workforce, or community leadership. Systemic challenges and entrenched gender norms often hinder our ability to fully participate in society. It is imperative that the young women in democracy forum recognizes the importance of empowering young women, which is the idea behind this initiative, and creating an environment that fosters our active participation of all women. This will be achieved by breaking down barriers and amplifying our voices at all times. This will not only ensure our rights and dignity, but also unlock a wealth of talent and innovations that benefit society as a whole. In the realm of politics, young women's voices are essential for driving change and shaping inclusive policy that reflects the needs and aspirations of all citizens.
The participants they be engaged in one-to-one conversation on the challenges them and opportunities them where young women them they get and serve the challenges them where they face in a democratic governance and salon to be specific and be also say this.
So going to school is not only the empowerment. When they talk about empowerment, we also look at skills gaining. If you know you don't like don't people ask people then you can't continue to start forever. Therefore, people know that. A lot of women, young women, they thrive in catering. A lot of young women, they thrive in tailoring. So we get to think about that as well, so that we will push forward. Moreover, we must address systemic inequalities and biases that perpetuate gender-based discrimination and limit young women's access to education and economic opportunities. Beyond formal institutions, young women play a vital role in community building activities and social change. Our passion, resilience, and commitment to justice inspire us all to strive for a more just and inclusive world. Therefore, we must create the space we want to engage meaningfully in civil society, grassroots movement, and advocacy efforts, amplifying our voices and supporting our leadership.
Women will be the part be talk some of them challenges them within the face and waiting they stop them for participate by governance and leadership.
Most of the husbands they not they allow it for any leadership role again because of you don't marry. When you being unmarried, that also they discriminate you and the society, especially when it comes to leadership roles. When you don't marry, you get a lot of discrimination. They will call you a lot of names before ever they give you any position in any society. Sexual harassment. When they get a lot of sexual harassment, even now in home, now in society, and even in politics. When it comes to leadership role, they will call you a lot of names. That's number one. Secondly, you will get a lot of men then when you come in. When you are attracted to, when you don't keep up, you know, make in confident votes for the traditional background then where they know they allow you. If you not join the society, they don't allow you to take a leadership role in that particular community today.
Then be also talk about ways them how to overcome the challenges they are and self be advise them for do advocate and announce policy reform and self call on the community them for provide support and political empowerment for young women them. And also then we continue for promoting gender equality. Reporting for Rise Radio, Mina Patricia Kabia.
Still on woman business in the country, the 50-50 group don't train newly elected woman councillor them on leadership. This happened at the conference hall, Tower Hill, inside Freetown. I mean, they end. We put this together. Woman councillor the work now for represent people them na council, and they play one important role for make policy them and make decision at community level. Inside salon, woman councillor they responsible for talk for waiting them people want na them word, and Kimo especially talk for woman them will not get opportunity for live normal life. Some pan the key role and responsibility them where woman councillor then supposed for play include for partake pan local governance, represent woman interest, community engagement, collaboration and networking, capacity building and training. Now for sake of this make the 50-50 group don't do one day training with newly elected woman councillor them across the region. Now the 50-50 group all na Tower Hill Freetown. Professor Fredley McCormack Hill, now the president for the 50-50 group, he start for talk about the reason for the training.
Training we will do today now for letting female councillors and know how to be effective in the work that they do, especially within local government. So we get somebody from PPRC, we therefore take them through how local government don't change because of the PR system. We also do training on within the local council act, get for say on women, within that women they need for know whether they inside the local councils and the work where they get for do. And we also get right now, as 50-50, also be part of another consortium where we do work on the development plans. So we also train female councillors on how, therefore, input into that development planning process. To let them know the priorities where women they get, the priorities where their constituents they get, and for feeding to that process, so we will make sure that the development plans that will reflect with your women they need, as well as the country at large.
Professor McCormack Hill carry on for say, women then don't they push steady one for change, even though it not they come overnight, and then they try for make them sustain the change.
Change not they come overnight. So women then they push steadily for see some of the changes we will foresee. But we can hear it from communities. Communities can talk, say, where this woman been calm, we can see say we life be better small. So now what we try for do now for see how for multiply or amplify that impact thing. So not to one number, we want to see how for really bring sustained change. And that's something we don't expect say something we take many years for let it did the way how it did. We don't expect say that they get for change immediately. But through the work we they do, through the campaigning we women then they campaign, through the lobbying and advocacy and platform, women councillors that they get through this, they see change they come little by little.
Mohamed Kapua Dumuya, now the project manager for International IDEA, he talk say they not go able promote democracy if you not include woman day, and then believe say for invest pan woman na important thing pan den work.
Because International IDEA, as you may be aware, supports democracy worldwide, and we support institutions to deepen governance and democracy and to ensure that elections are conducted. In the elections, when conducted, are credible and represent the will of the people too. So we support good institutions like 50-50 to help promote gender equality, because we believe that democracy cannot be well articulated and advanced and promoted if women who represent the bulk of the majority is here, women are about 50%. So you cannot have a democracy without their representation. You cannot have a democracy if the men are the only ones representing the whole in high offices. You cannot have a democracy if women are continue to be marginalized. So we believe that investing in women and making them stronger and making them thrive in leadership when elected is critical. It's a critical component of the work we do, International IDEA. Of course, the European Union supports International IDEA to do what we do for us to support the 50-50 group. And we are pleased that 50-50 group is convening this leadership meeting for women. And as you guys are well aware, women from across the country have been brought to this meeting for them to be given leadership training on governance.
As one pan the participants then pan the program, Councillor Musu Aja Gevao inside in talk been say he learn plenty about how for lead in people them and go before for talk more about how he plan for go implement waiting he learn from the training.
I've learned how to feature as a leader of a council. I've learned how to lead my community people, how to be in touch with them. What are the things that I'm supposed to do in my community as a leader? Because as a leader, you have to be an example so that people can copy and follow you. So this particular training has ensured me how I should rule my people in the community. Well, I will try my best to ensure that, because it is a responsibility that my people have invested in me. It is because that my people believe in me, that's why they ask me to go and represent them. So since I'm going to represent my people, I make sure that what the people want, with collaborated efforts, we put ideas together. I alone cannot be able to do what is capable for do to the people in the community. I have to hands head with community people, the stakeholders in the community, so that we can put heads together to ensure that we go ahead in community affairs in that way that could benefit each and everybody in that community.
For Rise Radio, Samuel Ali Kamara, the report.
The program is still listening to now. Wi Yone Salone. They come to you from Rise Radio 96.3 FM. Members say you get the time for the voice now the program by way I go message we through the number 0779639630 0779639630. So inside the studio we still get Victor Lansana Kroma, we are the executive director for Health Alert Salone, and we talk about the malaria and other well-body issue them now the country are still in a World Malaria Day. We also be the expect now the studio, and we still look forward for Siam Dr. Abdul Mak Falama, we now the programs manager for the National Malaria Control Program at the Ministry of Health. So, Victor, let's look at the celebration each year of the World Malaria Day. Is it really worth celebrating as a people, as a country, given the fact that everything can be done each day, the day come? Like today, for instance, we see the first gentleman of the Republic launch a whole vaccination, campaign or drive for picking them, under the age of 2. So, with all of them kind initiatives, there may be other way they would have done to celebrate this day or so. You think now that kind of waiting for the celebrate time, or we even need for the celebrate time as a country, given the fact that we still get a lot for around malaria?
So usually commemoration of every event for raise an awareness and for also bring to the attention, say, look, all is still not gloomy. Yeah, we still have challenges, and so those challenges need to be addressed. As we speak already, Salone don't join countries that we don't begin get vaccines, as you really don't say. We don't have advocacy around malaria, just so for help, because we don't do prevention, we don't do control. We still have a challenge. Can we now do some form of immunity? For instance, giving vaccines, now a form of immunity and the system for there, we see how that will happen. Even though, not just for a few categories of picking them below 6 months or so, but it's still encouraging for Salone, for their benefit from them vaccines and the way we partners and buy them vaccines. However, we still get challenges around the vaccines because at the part of the forum where they discuss about waiting at the level of the public awareness about the vaccines.
Okay.
It clearly indicates in one of the last meetings when me witnessed when the ministry got a review where a lot of DMOs and medical superintendents, then there is concern saying, come on, these vaccines, it's a new product. For Sierra Leone, this is the first time we get this kind of product for denial. So a lot of sensitization has not happened, even among the health personnel, i.e. the DMOs and the medical superintendent, which means Dr. Falama and the team get for kind of do a lot of sensitization, even to encourage doctors.
So what's not the need for the sensitization on this vaccine?
That's what I'm saying. If you, a doctor, don't begin raise concern about not having enough knowledge how to use the vaccines because it's a new product, it means you need to it. So you be a doctor does not mean automatically you understand everything. No.
Okay.
Because the doctors were asking, number one, how do we administer these drugs? The category of ages who for administer the drugs. These were questions coming from doctors. So then I said, okay, but if we doctors we're not going to go roll out these vaccines up to this time, we not get this knowledge. Then I'm worried. What about the public when I for receive them vaccines there? So clearly it come out that without shame at all, how I wish Dr. Falama before there. Because these were the issues that came up, that the DMOs and the medical superintendent need to be trained more as to how these vaccines, like I tell you, it's a new product. When Corona became, Ebola became, people have to learn more. CDC got for trained doctors, the epidemiologists, how they will use the vaccines. Not so. The same way, we have never had malaria vaccines before.
Okay.
All over the world.
And at this point in time, the vaccine already in a Salone, and the doctors they cry for say they need to get Sabi bottom. So you not think this also go be another cause for alarm for say the time frame of the vaccine or the how then go keep them. So say the doctor then go get awareness about how for go through about them vaccine and you not think it go actually affect the vaccine in distribution one?
Well, it not go affect. I mean, just that we'll talk about training, that, SME say the doctor have to go back to university, college, this, that. It's about just orientation. Because they already have been using vaccines, apart from malaria. So maybe with just few orientations, we're not going to even take a day or two for say, okay, this is the product. All you need to do is, this is the method you are going to use, which is different from this other vaccine. Go this way, apply the same way we don't apply this other one. Those are quick sessions, right? But you have to be careful. And I agree with them. These are professionals. They don't want to get to a reaction whereby people go, then problem begin come. Then they go for up and say, hey, well, doctors, they don't begin. You know, people they now, mentality of people quick. People, they don't get a different perception. So they were bold enough to say, we need orientation on the use of this.
So you don't think that this is an oversight from the government?
No, well, I accept. To be very honest, that came out clear, and they accepted. The program manager or whoever that the deputy will be Dr. Linda or so, they admit say yes. I think this was an oversight on our part because we thought doctors should have been. But no one understand. The fact remains, how many of our doctors after they don't come up, they get time for reading more.
Okay, so how long this go take we for make salon people start for enjoy the vaccine?
The vaccines they don't start for rolling now. This I will tell you, they don't start for roll them. So in what we call in the district where they go, then they take their time. At least the team can move from the head office, go do a orientation at the district there, but they don't start for roll them. It's not really a very big deal, but it's good that they raise that concern because again for the public, what if caution before camp from the ordinary layman, then the DM will begin. Let's just go read first. No, just like a lawyer.
As if they make mention earlier about awareness. Before we go for inside there, we talk about the bed nets where still people then they make reluctant or unwilling not for use them. So with the rolling out of them vaccine there, so where you make mention of awareness, so you not think say the people really will get for receive them vaccine there, so need for be educated because let someone not go with the idea for say well government knock out something for can't kill them back or for can't make them can't get issue back again.
Yeah, so that's why we are part of the team. Even though I got one policy, I'm a health practitioner. I came from the background. Before I became civil society, I practiced for over 20 years, so I know what I mean. I tell them, say, you guys, you are going too fast, but you should be going too a little bit slow because the public needs to understand this thing. If the public don't know, again, the blame will come back to you people. Then we'll begin to castigate on our back. Yeah? So the same way, sensitization and usage are going simultaneously. Yeah? So once, the public don't get a lot of awareness, they don't understand how, because for the public, one of the things they are only concerned about is the reaction. If there's any reaction, is there any side effects, and all of these things, these are the things the public very much concerned about because once they are comfortable, somebody don't go, you don't take him, picking up well and come also they don't better. Oh yes, that's what they want to hear. So I think these are the messages that is going out and alongside with even the usage of the bed nets.
077-960-960. And normally we say go send a text message and be part of the program. The program where they listen to now Wi Yone Salone where they come to live now Rise Radio 96.3 FM.
The program they continue and we'll take another story in the program. The All People's Congress Party when APC don't all one press conference for tell the office for tell the public and more especially the party member them about the work where the tripartite committee don't do this BNTM. Then all this this press conference also for get update there and we reporter Mohamed Abu Conte been there and put this report together.
There is victory for us in the struggles of APC. There is victory for us.
That's now how the atmosphere been look like na the APC party headquarter na all railway line na Freetown as executive members them and the tripartite committee been meet with journalists them for updates them about the tripartite committee the war where he been make in statement. Dr. Kelfara Mara, when are the co-chair of the tripartite committee for the APC party, been start for tell thank you to the party for the trust we then give them for represent them.
My committee members and me want for continue for say a big thank you to the national leadership of the party for the confidence we then get in we and give we this sacred and major responsibility.
It been go before for explain how the tripartite committee become about.
Before I go further, una allow me for take una back a bit about wetin this tripartite committee dey about. Una recall after last year June election, we get standoff, we get sonko, APC disagree with the result. Not also party on top of that result say we no go participate in governance. That we MPs no go na parliament and we councillors no go na council. We get a standoff. I just try for refresh memory. Then the international community, including the Peace Commission at the country, step in. One mean the international community, no embassy no in this country will not be concerned. We get 3 agencies, then 3 international bodies will come in. When at the African Union, the Commonwealth Secretariat, and ECOWAS. Then join hand with the Peace Commission and ask that we mighty party, the All People's Congress Party, and government go sit down round the table and find way for address this challenge we've been done the face then.
Dr. Kelfala Mara been tell members them about the National Unity Agreement where the Tripartite Committee be agree and we get for do with 8 resolutions. Key among them where the APC been look forward to get for do with the elections management results.
On the 18th, both sides, which will mediators will come from outside the country, will sit down around the table after the 2-day talk. On the 3rd day, now come up the National Unity Agreement. That National Unity Agreement gets 8 resolutions. That now 8 points, 8 things and where we, APC and government for do, or we own responsibility as a tripartite committee. Now resolution 3 no more, 9 our focus, 9 our responsibility. That's now for examining the 2023 elections, including previous one. Take a look at all of them, whether now voter registrations, elections result, and all other issues where we need for do findings, then we'll make a recommendation. And then recommendations and they for be actionable and implementable, meaning for take action and for ensure that it will implement them. Other resolutions and they go all aware of. But one key thing they will be very relevant, we are going to keep at the back of our mind as we go. That resolution 8 will create a committee of moral guarantors. And people are will come up from outside, including the diplomat, including Council of Paramount Chiefs, interreligious bodies, civil society, you name them, all the major stakeholders, they all for come together, form one committee for be the committee of moral guarantors. Then for accompany the process, for ensure that all the things they will agree on that National Unity Agreement for take place.
We end up for talk about the terms of reference where the APC party they look up to and the tripartite committee and call on all members within the party not for preempt the outcome of the tripartite committee.
We decide say we get for put together we own terms of reference. Terms of reference mean waiting will guide the work of the committee, the scope of we work, what will they examine, what will they review, how far back we will go, how we will work as a team. We own we draft that terms of reference, how we go want for make it be, we can't unanaya, we present her, una all look at, una approve. Not also after we don't do we own, then self do the own draft. We go sit down now for conclude that terms of reference. We not only do that terms of reference, do other document them, like rules of proceedings, how we keep a meeting, how we form quorum. We come up with a communication framework. We so for set up a secretariat. We identify the kind of experts then what we need. We do all the document there. On the 6th of February, and the tripartite committee meet again at a press conference na Brookfields Hotel.
At Chicago, na the legal framework of the tripartite committee for the APC, even talk about the young work within they do.
The legal side of this tripartite committee is very technical. Now we work get for do ya. Now 2 of we na this committee na the APC side. Me and lawyer Boniface now we dey na the legal. The government of Salone they say get 2 people there. So we always balance. Now what we do we take the constitution of Sierra Leone 1991 constitution. Now we try for remove all the laws them within that constitution the way they deal with elections. So when we pull up, they will make into a booklet we call a compendium of elections laws. Then from that compendium, they will make a matrix. That matrix there, what we do, we put what the laws say presently, how they don't apply them, and what now we comment them. So now that work there we do right.
Alhaji Minkailu Mansare, now the chairman of the party, he say the party give in full support to the tripartite committee for represent them.
At this point, and for assure una within the people within Sierra Leone and the diaspora for say the All People's Congress Party, particularly its leadership, give unstinted support to the tripartite committee. Now we set them, now we nominate Uda them for Didi, and we not go undermine them because now we create them. I want to let we all know this, and out of this jurisdiction, let the diaspora know that the APC leadership fully support the tripartite committee.
It go before for say, Salone, they na a crossroad. Waiting the tripartite committee they do so. If they do am fine, other countries go copy from Sierra Leone. But if they do am bad, history will remain for judge them.
Sierra Leone, then at the crossroads. Now a defining moment we they can approach to. A defining moment we go put we in a position at the world where people they go emulate if we do it right. If we do it wrong, history go judge we and generations yet unborn go judge this country.
After the press conference, members of the APC party, they all been get this victory song as waiting the party they yearn for. Let them get some rights in all electionary process.
In the struggles of APC, there is victory for all. In the struggles of APC, there is victory.
For Rise Radio, Mohamed Abu Conte, the reports.
Now that report they will come back in our studio. The program you listen to now Rise now Wi Yone Salone will come to you from Rise Radio 96.3 FM, and today now the program will talk about malaria and other well body issue them as we get Victor Lansana Kroma, we are the executive director Health Alert Salone, and same also we expect to get Dr. Ablai Mark Falama, we now the programs manager now the National Malaria Control Program for talk about malaria as the World Malaria Day. We Salone the general account for commemorate this day also, and like we Victor be say now day for raise more awareness about malaria, see what thing they can do as a country, as a people, for make we continue for tap malaria. So Victor, from now to 2025 and maybe going to 2030, with the pace at which Salone they go, so you see the effects, for tap malaria will get for day by day and day.
So I'm sure say prospect day ahead for Australian, particularly so at the moment like where we all don't know now say vaccines are not available. All we need for do now for raise more awareness and sensitization to the general public, make them not scared for go take the vaccines. The category of picking away already they don't highlight or they don't mention whether for benefit from them vaccines here, then not for relent at all for make sure say they go take the vaccines. Because again, this is not a very good opportunity. Not to every country being get the opportunity for getting vaccine here. Now we're Salone, now a blessed country. So with God in blessing, people were for support. UNICEF, the UN agencies, they all for put their efforts and resources together for make sure say Salone benefit from their vaccines.
So right now the vaccine in sustainability tenure, or like how long it will last, panda picking we will go take them?
And not go too much give you precise strength of the drugs, but what me believe vaccines all over the world, then dosage, then usage go depend on the exposure. Okay, I'm sure if it is well kept, you'll be asked one question: how do they preserve them till the day? Which is very important because vaccines, for all I know about vaccines, they should be kept in the cold freezer where at least heat sun not the meter at all.
Directly.
Otherwise, the moment that happens. So the cooling system and the storage facility, that is very, very important. Because at that day, they make the drug in potency go exist or it go last long.
And we get facility then they not the country enough?
Well, again, that's not the big challenge we get. The cold storage system. It's electricity or the solar power system. Me not do that research for say all of the areas that will start them vaccines and they go if they get that cold system where they will maintain a cooling system, because either they get I call this vaccine packs them, or they get electricity such as solar and blah blah blah, all the rest of it. But I hope say that are one of the things we for able address, because we don't begin to see a big challenge even in the city here with the electricity. Lives then they go. Everybody they cry here and cry. I mean, for me, even these people that when they talk about, it is just one out of the millions of children that we are losing.
Well, I think that's something we can talk on.
Because it's very important.
Yeah. But one go on for ask at this point in time, in the fight of malaria, what in Salone actually need, in as much as we don't get vaccine, we then set for rollout, or we already do rollout, and you don't talk about awareness. What's again left for make we complete the fight?
So let's go back to the first point where I raised. In fact, that did I not change it. The environmental sanitation. This is the worst. Look, there's no magic about the Anopheles mosquito, what they call the malaria. Now, when it leaves that dirty place, now they come out, it can bite. And mark you, if it bites, it gets that tendency, right? If, say, you get malaria, that other person not get it transfer that malaria back to the other person. This is just obvious. For a big man like me and you two, we will go take 444. We don't begin with people they talk about now, and tablet, and these are the moment begin to give fever. But for children under 5, if not the mama, they conscious and say, this became body don't begin to warm, right? By the time, remember, it don't begin fade.
Okay.
It is lost in life. So let's go back to this issue of sanitation.
So I think say we for deal with them.
So I think for me, government don't start the right move, but resources are key. For instance, traditionally they say Ministry of Health and waiting sanitation. Now they don't pull the sanitation component, which is good. Some of you applaud that, but they have not got it right, because you cannot remove the person. I mean, you take away just the component, right, and then you know resource the sanitation component.
So before we go further, also you think say them if I don't put the sanitation, or like I mean, if the sanitation then pull them from the health, I mean how like that one day before actually work well.
Instead of therefore don't take sanitation and carry on environmental, then not even environment, then carry on water.
Water resources.
Okay, water resources.
Then can go.
Yeah. So the sanitation fits that side.
So really.
Because at first you don't praise it was good, but later you criticize them again.
Yeah, no. So what you make I be say the idea of
removing the sanitation.
See an opportunity to try. Take for instance, you have 2 deputy ministers. For me, instead of the Fodonsi minister, deputy minister for clinical, deputy minister for public health fall under sanitation, or sanitation fall under public health. Therefore, don't left the sanitation under minister too, right?
Okay.
Right? When a Professor Senesi, right?
Okay.
So once they say public health, sanitation, environmental sanitation falls under public health. Very serious. But if you pull that component, they make him an honorary public health deputy, leaving out the sanitation component.
So that you think say the position of the deputy minister will make mention, so a kind of like get that kind of gravy or that kind.
I'm not gonna say not too what is there, because the public health component is so broad, but in the absence of the sanitation, particularly what we call mispriority, taking it to the wrong what is that? Now like they take a journalist who don't do broadcasting media or that thing, then you can go to somebody who don't do print media. I don't know whether I'm speaking with this. Somebody who not broadcasting or either not television, they say go na print, like go they edit. I don't know how. He's a journalist. They're all journalists.
Okay, continue for doing
so everybody get your specialty.
Okay.
We'll come back to you in name now, Victor Lansana Kroma, the Executive Director of Health at Salone. They talk about malaria and other issue them we get for the well body business. The program now, Wi Yone Salone, It comes to you from Rise Radio 96.3 FM. 2 minutes after 7, we'll take the break quick and we'll come back. We continue the program. We'll be the expected as well at the studio, Dr. Abdul Mak Falama, we are the programs manager for the National Malaria Control Program as in a World Malaria Day. For me, we can talk more about the malaria fete in the country. But all the same, we still get Victor. We only talk about this fete here. So we'll come back after the break and continue the program.
Now you can send mobile money with no sonko, only with Afri Money. Ilek you want send 5, 10, 50 or 5,000 leons or even more with no sonko. Yes, anytime, any day, every day, any side you in a salon, free with Afri Money. No go outside and the pinch pan the lily where you want send. Avoid sonko. Use Afri Money. Dial *161 *1 # for send mobile money free. Afri Money to Afri Money. For no more, call 161. Afri Money. No sonko.
Use Afri money for free.
Yeah. Are you ready now? Where I want to pop na net. I the chat with Leo. Check me bank account for no almost I get. Chat with Leo. Make transfer by EDSA. I the chat with Leo. It in a Instagram. It a WhatsApp. Just chat with Leo. Any side where I day at the bank. Any time of the day at the bank. You be here make 'em easy for make we chat with Leo. Any side where I day at the bank. Any time of the day at the bank. The mommy in money can come out where I chat with Leo.
0799199919. No so call now for text anytime when you come online. Next gen accounts he gon' make and he save you time. Either Insta, Facebook and WhatsApp, Apple Message, Google Business Chat.
Where I want to pop na net. I the chat with Leo. Check me bank account for no almost I get. Chat with Leo. Make transfer by EDSA. I the chat with Leo. It in a Instagram. It a WhatsApp. Just chat with Leo.
The program where they listen to now, Wi Yone Salone, where they come to live now, Rise Radio 96.3 FM. Well, and so we'll go take another insight inside the program today. The government of Salone don't target 286,253 under 5 picking them, now 15 districts them, for making them go get malaria vaccine. This now because report shows say about 1,502 picking them will be die inside 2023 as a result of malaria. The president been talk this now the launch of the malaria vaccine on Maclet as way for commemorates the World Malaria Day. This launch be happening at the State House Tower Hill. We report have been to Sudan to say been they part of the program and go now report.
Welcome back to that report. So the program they listen to now, Wi Yone Salone, they come to you from Rise Radio 96.3 FM. And don't forget to say, the voice by way. I go send you a message to the number 0779639630, 0779639630. So we'll come back to the report. We'll still come back to Victor, quick one. So Victor, we still get a lot of cases of malaria as much as we don't get, according to you, and the statistics were available now that 70% reduction in terms of maternal and maternal mortality rates in the country. Now, you really emphasis on the fact, say, the sanitation are one big contributing factor, but also you also mentioned earlier that the lifestyle of the people, them, we also another factor we really responsible for make malaria still the daily kind in the country. So what's in specifically health has done do around the issues there also for make really this fete also whole water?
Okay, so we get what they call social behavioral change. Social behavioral change now a cultural barrier where sometimes people find it difficult for them to just accept a change because of just either the level of illiteracy or some just they accept for take change. So what do we do? We take down the message of social behavioral change as a communication message where they tell them, say, you know what, this lifestyle, this way of living, this kind of way of living is not helpful. We organization don't they do what they call community awareness raising. We also do what they call social accountability meetings. Now, that meeting here, they bring the practitioners together and the beneficiaries, and the patients, them, and the policymakers. So now a kind of tripartite meeting. Policymakers, beneficiaries, when the patients, then the service providers. For maintenance, you don't let them discuss why. What are these challenges then? Why, for instance, people don't really change their behaviors? Why, for instance, we talk about stock out of drugs. Yeah, we see there was a time where people then begin to even complain, say, hey, government say malaria treatment now free, but we go there, then we begin to charge you some kind of a way. They will begin to ask you, say, hey, why them say not free, they will pay? So make I tell you, again, one of the things that we're responsible for some rent here, now with people their own mentality. You understand what I mean? Eh? My brother, if you don't go, you get some people that they don't call themselves now as doctor. You know what I mean? They are now community doctor. One man even tell me, he say, in they read one book where they say, where there is no doctor. So where there is no doctor, they help them greatly for understand. So any sick in Sabina before they go. When you go, now they prescribe for the doctor. They say, doctor, now this tablet, now this person, now this now one, now fit me in body, now you forgive me. Now, even when the doctor don't do the test, he says, yes, this is the malaria I get. In fact, no, now the test, he say, no, doctor, not only malaria, I get typhoid malaria. When a salon no more carry down the typhoid malaria. Honestly, this is a difficult thing up to this time. But guess what? You have also elitists, educated people, who believe, say, there is a sickness known as typhoid malaria. But me, medically, I would say, there's no sickness known as typhoid malaria. I hope you understand. But people are using it. We don't know you for change that mindset today. That man don't believe in buddy, in brother, in friend. Don't tell me, brother, typhoid malaria now I get to, when I go then go treat this, that. For that change, this has to do with social behavioral change.
So typhoid.
Right? So they can prescribe now to the doctor. They say, I need drip, I need this injection. Now they prescribe for themselves. These are all behavioral change.
Okay. So with that kind of way you don't talk and so. Is it that now the doctor they actually can be unprofessional for go make results say this patient gets typhoid and malaria, or is it that now the patient SSF can look and say, well, okay, now this kind of way they feel and then so just for passive? All
right, so now get unclear. There is a disease known as typhoid. Yeah, now get up. There's also another disease condition known as malaria. These are two different things. You understand? Now, give you another example. You get what you call appendix. You don't hear about appendix?
Yeah.
They also get hernia. You don't ever hear about hernia?
Yeah.
That bozy.
Yeah.
If you don't go, these are all surgical sickness. That means now sickness where they grow up, where they can go do operation for now. But if you grab now, say, me the pain they feel, now hernia appendix, you combine them.
Okay.
I hope you understand what I mean.
At the gay point.
Does it make sense? They are all here. They are all the grown at the same side.
It's either you get appendix or you get hernia.
That is it. So you can get both, which have no problem.
At
you
the
can
same
say,
time.
I get appendix, and doctor say back, I get hernia.
Because that's what someone for ask. Is it at the same time person who gets typhoid and gets malaria?
Of course.
So,
but you don't need to combine it. What's in the thing? Then they call typhoid malaria as one condition.
Let's say in a situation, so say the patient go hospital, then doctor go say, well, this he gets typhoid separately, gets malaria separately, then in can conjoin them.
Who does the joiner?
The patient.
That is it. Then the joiner. Not the doctor they tell and say, you get typhoid malaria. No. And they tell and say, we don't do a test. Number one, we notice you get malaria. That's what I tell you. Every doctor. No doctor, no ever a professional will begin to say, I don't do a test, we find out they get typhoid malaria.
At the same time, together.
No. And they give the result one another. You get malaria, and you go tell you say the percentage of the malaria. A social percentage the malaria level there. Number two, you also get typhoid. So it's number one. Number two, and you go also tell you say the typhoid, because typhoid is by percentage, right? You know, it go tell you say typhoid na social percentage now you get back. So the reason why commonalities and they Latin now, commonalities and they between them two sickness where the public without their own knowledge, typhoid na an infectious disease where if you get her, it precipitate fever.
You can book that one day down for
that was. it cause fever.
Okay.
Your body the warm because of an infectious disease. You understand, eh? It cause fever. The same way malaria, when you get her, inside they go cause. So their signs and symptoms there, they're almost similar. But you can treat one and leave the other. What I mean, you can also get one affecting you. You can go to the hospital, doctor tell you, say, I don't see no malaria, but you get typhoid.
Okay.
You can also go to the hospital, doctor tell you, say, you don't get no typhoid.
But you get malaria.
But you get malaria.
Okay, so in this case, Mr. Lansana, in this case, we say so now, right?
Yeah.
For say, no sign of the way will go away, they will go bind too sick. They say now you get typhoid, malaria. So yeah, so is it that actually now the doctor then came be unprofessional for pull-aka result that way, or now the patient not can understand?
No, now the way then they call them, I don't repeat, I don't say. There's no way doctor for hide you. If you don't go do test. Now, make we go to the hospital, doctor will begin thinking. Because the moment he complain, I don't say this one. The moment he come to me, I'm a doctor now. Then he say, doctor, he ask you first, what is that? How you feel? He say, I feel me in the heart, my body the warm, and I lost my appetite, and not feel. Automatically, a wise doctor, intelligent doctor, will know already those symptoms. What you go do? He say, okay, the first thing, make an order malaria test for you. Are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
The order. Again, another same doctor will say, okay, because them two sick here, now brothers and sisters, then they almost work out like the same, then get the same signs and symptoms. It will also tell you, say, make her also order typhoid test for you.
Okay.
And how you go do it? You go finance yourself, not to one place on the go. You go over here, then go do a malaria test. You go over here, then go do a typhoid test. Two different sides. They don't even do it. Otherwise, now this same person don't do it for you. But over two different sides. Then that man will go do malaria, he get your own result, he pull up. That man will go do typhoid, he pull your own result, he get up. Then something in the you can even find out say, now the malaria, if not the real malaria now, you go find say the result of the malaria then it's so high. Typhoid, it go sound low, then it go tell you say no. The typhoid level will be expected for me if I not high. So
okay, we'll come back to
the public. It has been the public their own way. The moment because they're too sick, they say, oh, me not typhoid malaria. Typhoid malaria, now I get.
We'll come back to. My name is Victor Lansana Kroma, Executive Director of Health and Radiosl Salone. We talk about malaria and other, well-body business now the country. And the program now we on Salone. They come to you from Rise Radio 96.3 FM. One for going on a parliament as the APC and SLPP member of parliament them don't approve the proclamation of the state of public health emergency with President Julius Maada Bio be done do the 4th of April this year as way for fet especially drug them like Kush and other one them. This approval also go last for 1 year. The unanimous approval by parliament don't show the seriousness where government puts now for fet this Kush so another bad drug them now the country. We parliamentary correspondent Fatmata Bangura been then at parliament and get this report for we.
Member of Parliament them don't debate and pass the public health emergency where the Attorney General, Minister of Justice, be go late na the well of Parliament. This come after where Member of Parliament them be raise serious concern but the way how Kush don't they destroy young people them na the country. For sake of that make this BNTM, the President, Dr. Julius Maada Bio, be pronounced public health emergency na the country. Where them be the debate the President in proclamation. This now wetin Member of Parliament them be get for say.
Mr. Speaker, honorable members, we are talking about Kush. Let me tell you the highest rate of consuming Kush is done by women, girls. Yes, and these youths, sometimes it is not their fault, sometimes it's by the peer, sometimes they just enjoy it. There are so many reasons why they go in for this Kush.
We all heard what Mr. Kaikai said at Committee Number 1. He is constrained with limited resources or no resources at all. Yet still, they are working. I am now calling this house. If you are serious enough to fight this menace, we must put more resources to them.
If really this government wants this dangerous substances to be eradicated from this country, you have to empower two sets. One, the PCMP, Then the office of Mr. Kakai, the 190 paramount chiefs, they are represented in the World of Malaria, 40 paramount chiefs. Capacitate us, empower us so that we meet with the other colleague paramount chiefs in the districts, chiefdoms, sections, towns, and villages. We are the custodians of the land. Our people listen to us more than you people, the other members of parliament. Yes, to be sincere enough, right? We have bylaws. We follow the bylaws. They listen the bylaws. They set any mistake. Empower the PCMP, capacitate them.
Mr. Speaker, honorable members, we have now seen as a state where these drugs have landed us. The future is good, and if we don't take this one very serious, we will not have any future. I want to thank the man from NDLA. He has done so much, Mr. Speaker. He has done so much, even with limited resources or no resources. The police, they have started doing well.
That na member of parliament them be the debate. The president in proclamation where he make this BNTM. Isa in your talk, Honorable Usman Simbo talk say.
It is also my humble opinion that if we had empowered the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, there might not have been the need for us to set up a similar agency or similar task force to deal with this. Mr. Speaker, be that as it may, we also have to think about the economic situation of this country. Are we not duplicating efforts? It is not as if the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency will be put aside. It is not as if what the task force will be doing will be different from what the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency will be doing.
Honorable Simbo, be carry on for say the existing
measures than the regulations. If for doing this under the national law it says life imprisonment and the regulations is now giving 15 years, it's less. It is less. So Mr. Speaker, honorable members, let me say that I am not against the proclamation of a state of public health emergency. However, there is a specific definition of public health emergency which I will not go into because it has legal interpretations, whether this one suits under there or not. But, Mr. Speaker, reference has been made by the leader of government business to section 29, subsection 14, where it says that 12 months must elapse. It is imperative the proclamation lasts for 12 months.
Now with that talk they make, Honorable Simbo be asked for making they reduce the time frame to 90 days.
It is my humble plea, as in section 2910, regulations last for 3 months. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, it is also my plea that instead of 12 months, that the proclamation also lasts for 90 days, which is possible under the provisions of section 2914 of the Constitution of Sierra Leone.
After this appeal, make Honorable Veronica Kadisise been get this for say.
I want to say to my colleagues out there, 12 months is appropriate so that we can put all the modalities together. We can do all the songs. We can find areas that we know the structures are properly placed, and also we'll start the work. We don't know if we don't want to get to go and come say we want to redo it, we want to amend, we want to add. Let us do it once and for all. Let us see what these 12 months can do. And I believe if we are genuine, these 12 months will do something.
After Olen talk here, member of parliament them they end up for endorse the proclamation. Reporting for Rise Radio, me na Fatma Sabangura.
The government of Salone don't target 286,253 under 5 picking them now 15 districts for making them go get malaria vaccine. This now because reports show say about 1,502 picking them we been there inside 2023 as a we been there inside 2023 as a result of malaria. The president been talk this now the launch of the malaria vaccine as way for commemorate the World Malaria Day. This launch be happening at State House, Tower Hill. We your reporter been to Sudan CC, been there part and gonna report.
Today, Salone don't join other countries them for commemorate World Malaria Day, and for mark this day also, make the government of Salone launch the malaria vaccine on Maclate for picking them where they under 2 years for help fight the kind way malaria don the mona and kill under 5 picking them na the country. UNICEF deputy representative Liv Ellen Andretten talk na statement say the launch of the malaria vaccine na important journey for Fet the Sick.
The launch of the malaria vaccine into the routine immunization services marks a laudable venture, ensuring that every child between the ages of 6 to 23 months old have access to this life-saving intervention. This initiative underscores the commitment to achieving universal health coverage and reflects our resolve to leave no child behind. It's a pivotal moment in our journey towards a malaria-free Sierra Leone, complementing existing interventions such as the handing of insecticide-treated bed nets to every household in the country, indoor residual spraying, and prompt diagnosis and treatment.
The Deputy Minister one at the Ministry of Health, Dr. Charles Sensi, when himself been the talk say, continue investment and support for day for help fight malaria in the country, and self-talk say by all the challenges them where the ministry they face for reach the global target where WHO give for reduce malaria by 2030, then government will continue for do anything that empower for fight malaria in the country.
On this auspicious occasion of World Malaria Day, it is an occasion that highlights the need for continued investment and sustained political investment and commitment in malaria prevention and control. Historically, it was introduced by WHO member states during the World Health Assembly of 2007. On this World Malaria Day, we come together under the theme Accelerating the Fight Against Malaria for a More Equitable World. Everyone has the right to quality, timely, and affordable services, access to services to prevent, detect, and treat malaria. Yet this continues to be a challenge up to today and not a reality for all. The latest World Malaria report shows that malaria continues to claim the lives of hundreds of thousands of people each year, with the African region carrying the brunt of the statistics. Children under 5 are particularly vulnerable, with nearly 80% of malaria deaths in the African region occurring in this age group. We are having challenges to stay on track to reach the global target set by the WHO for reducing malaria cases and mortality rate by 2030. But despite this, we continue to do everything in our own power to achieve this goal. And therefore, urgent action is needed to set the world back on the trajectory towards achieving this target and ending malaria by 2030.
President Julius Maada Bio, when himself been the talk mention say, in glad for the important step where they don't take on the fight against malaria.
I am filled with joy as we mark a significant milestone in our ongoing battle against malaria, as all of us should be, because it is one of the deadliest diseases affecting our nation's children. Today, on this World Malaria Day, the government is launching this landmark malaria vaccination for children under the age of 2. Through excellent collaboration with our international partners, including the Global Alliance for Vaccines and Immunization, Gavi, the United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, and the World Health Organization, WHO, as we commonly know them around the world. Malaria has been a formidable foe, claiming countless lives and ravaging communities across Sierra Leone. The toll it takes on the youngest citizen is particularly heartbreaking. Too many families have experienced the anguish of watching their children suffer from this preventable and treatable disease. But today, we turn a new page in our fight against malaria. With these vaccines for our children under 2 years of age, we embark on a journey of hope and progress.
President Bio continue for talk say, Salone will be one of the first country for introduce malaria vaccine na the everyday routine for give vaccine.
The inaugural rollout of malaria vaccines among children under 2 years old, which we are here to witness today, will not only reduce the malaria disease burden, but also strengthen primary healthcare service delivery in Sierra Leone. Reducing national resource expenditure on malaria control improves the country's investment in healthcare service delivery. increasing our overall national development. I assure you, fellow Sierra Leoneans, that the malaria vaccine has been proven to be safe by competent United Nations organs, WHO and UNICEF. In addition, within our country, the Pharmacy Board of Sierra Leone, the National Immunization Technical Advisory Group, NITA, Interagency Coordinating Committee, ICC, and other Ministry of Health coordination platforms for immunization have also conducted extensive research and endorsed the use of the vaccine in Sierra Leone. Through our excellent collaboration with Gavi and partners, my government has been allocated 1,443,950 doses of malaria vaccines for the year 2024, for the period 2024-2025. Last year, we were privileged to be the second country in Africa, outside the pilot countries, to receive 550,000 doses of the vaccine. We shall initially target 286,253 children under 2 years in 15 districts. The 15 districts were selected based on their moderate and high malaria prevalence rates. Western rural urban, with a low prevalence, differed from others for later scale-up. 4 doses of the malaria vaccines will be administered at 6, 7, 8, and 18 months of age. The vaccine schedule will be integrated in our primary healthcare interventions, such as deworming, vitamin A supplements, and growth monitoring. Ladies and gentlemen, the introduction of the malaria vaccine underscores our dedication to ensuring the health and well-being of every Sierra Leonean. It is a testament to our collective determination to leave no stone unturned in our pursuit of a malaria-free future. But let us be clear, the launch of malaria vaccine is not the end of our effort. It is only the beginning. We must continue to strengthen our healthcare systems, expand access to essential services, and invest in innovative approaches to malaria prevention and control. We must also redouble our efforts to tackle the underlying factors that fuel the spread of malaria, including poverty, lack of access to clean water, and adequate sanitation, and environmental degradation.
President Julius Maada Bio end up tell UNICEF, Gavi, and WHO thank you for their support and also congratulate the scientists them who do research for make the vaccine, and SEF tell plenty thank you to the well-body workman them. And he also encourage and tell thank you to the Comra and Bella woman them we get for believe them and trust them for make them go take this vaccine here so as the vaccine safe. And end up launch the malaria vaccine, who said and give the first vaccine to one 6-month-old girl Pekin. For Rise Radio, me na been to Sudan Cisse, the report.
The program they continue. Time done really the best. We'll come back to Victor quick. Victor Lansana Kromawe, now the Executive Director of Health at Radiosl Salone. So Victor, quick one, on just 2 issues, one for wrap up. I know we don't listen to the president talk a lot of things them are around malaria now the country. But let's go back about the issue about the health alert monitoring, the free health scheme where the then president or government been launched 2010, then 10 and 8 to now how the monitoring done they go, how the free health done they go, because a lot of stories and there around it. Maybe we wanna get better stories for tell because that's gonna work. But also there is this story now about Peking just died this Bentham as a result of we're getting saying that because of lack of electricity will make that Peking. I don't know if we also get interest in that kind of stories then.
Yeah, in fact, as a matter of fact, Health allowed to convey a press conference tomorrow. Now Bailey Street, Washington office, for look at opinions, then we don't come, both from the media, we also look at opinion from colleagues, civil society, and health alert, of course, we don't monitor that. I make a visit this morning briefly. I mean, because me now I'm civil society, me not armchair civil society. Even if it costs me from I can go get facts from here to Kailan, I'll go there. Or I get a representative who I so trust and rely on for say, go to this place and give me the facts and provide me the evidences. That's what I do.
So it's
I went for myself this morning at the facilities there now, PCMH. Clearly, the story is clear that yes, in PCMH, Oladuri, to be specific, waiting Dr. Geraldine George, we actually drive for post. Now the fact remains here is from 9 p.m. to 8 a.m., light went off at Oladuri. Now, it's divided into two. Downstairs, at the labor room, beside the labor, and upstairs, that baby care picking the way they take off. For upstairs, it's clear. Light has been there uninterrupted because of solar panel. But down, why did the delivery take place? Of course, say sometimes that be prolonged labor or whatever. Then the picking up for loss in life immediately after we don't deliver. But the point we try to talk, when they talk about electricity. So the question is, yes, electricity now a fundamental human rights issue. I'm glad the president did mention that in one of his statements in Parliament for say electricity is fundamental human rights issues. How is electricity managed? By now, at the margin say, right, there was a time I listened to Nepal where we talk say the 5 megawatts will not reduce from 65 to 5. All essential services, now then they reserve this 5 for. These are the blatant stories, some of which you want for pursue, right? If you have a dedicated line for PCMH and Children's Hospital, why should blackout happen there for 12 hours?
So one go say
12 hours.
One go say the hospital gets solar powered system. What will be happening?
Now the solar system, I don't use the solar system. It concentrated multi to side them picking away the non-born.
Okay.
Where then we call it a special baby care unit. So then in a premature day, so they need an emergency. So then a suction machine and oxygen machine. Nothing don't happen under. But the downstairs, now they light go when I did the delivery. So then they forborn their force before they take them upstairs. Right? Now this interruption happen. Okay. For me, I have no problem say, okay, the medical practitioner, somebody go say, okay, go against the medical ethics by posting, going on social media, this, that. But for me, I want to know, has there been a law where they prevent anybody, be a doctor or nurse, from making express opinion? You will tell me, say, oh yes, now professional ethics. But again, let me also argue on the other way. Professional ethics, is it above human feeling? That woman, na emotion, I carry. Emotion about itself as a mother. Imagine she was the front line helping to deliver this Peking. You don't do all the effort only towards the time minute. For that effort, they forgo in vain.
So because
she took the motherhood thinking for say, as a mother, for that let's on this kind of life I go. Now that kind of way
okay, quick one. So because the woman try for be emotional, you think then they go exonerate or go like free them from what he do so? Is it that they get the rights?
What's the crime? I want to get anybody to tell me say it was a crime.
Okay, so quickly.
I want to get that. They say it's a crime for going to social media. They quote me the law where prevent for not doing that.
Okay.
I mean, people have just been victimizing people here, and they go scot-free. And that's why we are calling the press for them to ask questions. Why was that doctor victimized?
Yeah, because that's also not one for us creating an argument on a contention on that one day.
Until they show me a law that the lady has violated this law, then they show me the policy, then they show me the ethical professional going to talk around it, that you don't get right for go social media and express, you don't feel it as a mother. Now that question I want for ask.
So then if they give you the answer.
If they give me the answer, they show me the justification, you understand what I mean, as an advocate, right? Then give me that justification. Then it's going to be our own tool for advocacy. Now say, doctors, beware that there is a law, there's a policy we prevent you now for not going on social media. So don't ever do that in future.
All right, just in 30 seconds, if you really go able, how the free healthcare they go for lactating mothers, children under 5 and pregnant women?
It's going on fine. I will tell you for free, except although it is at some point being sabotaged, or at some point there's challenge, because again, no joke, we're not for lie here. There are frequent stockers of drugs, yes, because the drugs are being procured by our partners outside, so it's a challenge. 2, we also get area of challenge in distribution to last mile. What I mean by that, not to all vehicles they reach to the last peripheral area, Usai, Bien Kurubula, Ben Yifi, the other side of the right, in some other area in Kailaon. Okay. So challenge the still there in distribution of drugs to last mile. But apart from that, and these have been perennial challenges, not to say that yesterday just happened, they've done they happen. But of course, some effort is being done. I remember there was a time they attempted introducing a drone. How I wish government will spend more time in getting those drones, so that those drones will help in distributing those drugs, at least to the most remote area where people then will left and get them. Because vehicles, like they're resisting, so they can happen now. Not to all areas the vehicle they're able to go. Again, there's the issue challenge of ambulance. I just tell you, just like I say, the corona ambulance them, government be distributing them. But as I speak right now, my brother, all over the district, the ambulance are wrecked. All over, all ambulances are wrecked, which means there's a challenge in referral system. And the GAO don't make in reducing maternal mortality from 1,650, you understand? All over 100 to 443. If we not be careful, we will begin to see a spike of that again, a go up. Wow. That's unfortunate.
All right, so for telling plenty, thank you for joining me today on the program. My name is Victor Lansana Kroma, Executive Director of Health at Radiosl Salone. We'll talk about malaria as today na World Malaria Day, but also we'll look at some other well body issues them na the program. Now exactly the program Wi Yone Salone will left you for today. And plenty thank you to you. We take your time for listening to we, and special thank you to we reporter that will make the news reach you today. And as well, we want to send special thank you to we executive producer Maramaba, Jonagai and in team, and as well to Mohamed Robert who give technical support. We will bring you the program to you today. My name is Musa by Sise.
And me na Samuel Ali Kamara. Don't forget to say you listen to. Don't forget for listening to English news at 8:00 this evening time, and tomorrow morning for Rise and Shine morning show. So tomorrow we will come back with another edition of Wi Yone Salone. We want to make you get a lovely net and always tune into Rise Radio 96.3 FM. Good night.